G'day, it's Mungo here from MusicNet NZ, and here with me today we've got Rory from Voodoo Bloo.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good man, how are you?
No, I'm doing pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of slept in for most of the day. I'm still recovering from the night before from our first show, so I'm a little bit tired, but I will answer these questions as faithfully as I can.
You're absolutely fine, bro. I know how it is. That's absolutely fine. Well, we might as well just get straight into it.
Yeah.
And a pretty simple explanation. Introduce yourself. Voodoo Bloo.
Yeah. So I'm Rory. I'm from Voodoo Bloo. Wellington-based band. Play alternative rock, punk music. Just released our second single today. Her name was Human, which is out now on streaming platforms, whatever you like. And album gonna be coming out soon.
Crazy, epic. Congratulations, firstly, on the single.
Yeah, thank you very
man.
much.
Awesome. And I guess Voodoo Bloo, this new kind of project you've started to work on, is it just yourself? Kind of go a little bit more in depth into how that came about and where that comes from.
So it was basically the whole album that I did was supposed to be with a previous project called Lucifer Gun. But due to the things that I talk about on the album and the fact that it's a pretty personal thing to me and not necessarily the other members of the band, I tried to record as much of it as possible. So there were some members of Lucifer Gun who came in to do their bits because I thought it wouldn't really sound right without them. But once this album cycle is out of the way, the plan is for me to do everything. I was kind of just tying over some loose ends with this project, but at the same time, everything sounds good that they did, and I don't think it would be the same record without them. So
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, transitioning from being in a band to doing more something on your own, more solo, what challenges have you kind of faced along the way?
Challenges I faced along the way, I guess one of them would probably be that when I write something, it's me who has to decide whether it's good or not. I don't necessarily have that peer-to-peer, feedback of being able to say, hey, does this sound good or not? Does this not sound good? Because the whole intention is that it's supposed to be me who's doing everything here. So that's been a pretty big hurdle to jump over, I would say. Apart from that, it's kind of been a good thing for me at the same time. Absolutely. Because it's given me all the creative freedom I want. There's nobody telling me what to do, what not to do. It's just me and my thoughts and what I think the songs should sound like. So in that sense, I feel very lucky, but it's something I've definitely had to deal with, moving out of a whole band setup, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think because now you have kind of stepped out of that band setup, your kind of work in production and like the instruments around the song, do you think that's going to increase a little more?
I think so because when we were recording this album, there was some bits that I just didn't even know how they were going to go when I got down here, like parts for the guitar, or even at the end of this track that dropped today, there's a bit with the theremin at the end, which kind of I've never known how to use. I gave it my best go to put it onto the record, but I think it would definitely increase my skills overall in terms of playing the instruments and finding out new things. And I think that's another exciting thing about it for me, is that I get to explore different sounds myself rather than try and piece it together with other people that are in the group. It's a whole kind of self-discovery type.
Well, I mean, if I was an artist, I'd love to have this place as my safe haven. So I mean, you're extremely lucky in that sense.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel it, and it's I've just been able to come down here whenever I want to and record whatever I want to. I mean, we've already kind of started tracking and demoing the second album at this point already. Nothing actually concrete, but it's just nice to be able to get down all of my thoughts whenever I need to. So
yeah, absolutely. What a great place to do it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, moving forward onto your new single, that the solo guitar at the end, that took me back when I first listened to it. I was like, wow, you know, like a solo guitar is something special, and that was killer as.
Yeah. No, I definitely love it. I wish I could say I did that part myself, but no, this was Don McKenzie who wrote the part. He was he's the guitarist, the session musician for Voodoo Bloo, or at least one of them, and he wrote that originally when we were in Lucifer Gun, and the way that he does it was perfect for the song. I didn't want to write a different solo myself. I thought what he did fit it so perfectly, and the good thing about him is that he doesn't really consider himself like a lead guitarist. He always considers himself rhythm, which I think gives the solos a bit more impact, because it's not too showy offy, it's more adding to the song, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just while we're touching on the guitarist as well, what is the setup currently for like how you record and perform Voodoo Blue?
Right, yeah, definitely. So it is me on vocals and bass. I've just always done that. I'm not entirely sure why. Kind of got the least coolest instrument and the coolest instrument, so go figure. I'm somewhere in between there, but yeah, no, that's what I do. And then we've got two other guitarists there, and just a drummer, which is how we do our live setup, which we got to do for the first time yesterday, which was super awesome. But when it comes to recording, I have no idea how to play drums. I'm just going to be completely honest here. So we get the session musician to come in and do his parts there, and everything else I try to do myself, but not always the case.
Hopefully
I guess.
you can keep progressing and advancing.
Yeah.
And now you're more on your solo project, which is awesome.
Yeah. No, that's the goal. It's to try and make it me doing everything behind the scenes, I guess. So.
With your track also, what do you find was kind of the motivator behind how you wanted to go about that? You know, your original version's 6 minutes long, and you cut it down to a 3-minute radio edit as well.
Yes, yeah. So I didn't think I was quite ready to pull a Queen and just record a song that is way too long for radio. So I love the 6-minute version, but obviously I understand that people's attention spans these days are not really long enough for a 6-minute song, which is fine. So I decided to make a shorter version just so that people could get a taste of it, and they could enjoy that version if they want to, or if they like the full version, that's cool too.
Her Name Is Human. That's the track.
Yes.
That kind of once you listen to the track, I feel like it becomes really relevant to what you're listening to. But how did that come about? How did you get those Her Name Is Human from how you structured your song and wrote that? Did that just kind of pop out, or
are you meaning the lyrics behind it, or
or just like the
actual line, Her
Name Is Human?
I think it was a lot to do with just because it's kind of about broken relationships or Stockholm syndrome and those sorts of things. So I thought that removing some of the, well, it's funny that I say this, but human characteristics from the person that I'm talking about in the song, it kind of brings it down to just the emotions, and it's not about what physically happened between two people. It's just about the pain that two people shared.
Going from this release, obviously you've got a new project coming out shortly. What do you think the project coming out shortly is going to entail? Is it going to be more depicted down the lines of what you've just released, or a variety of what you've already previously done under Voodoo Bloo?
I think it's going to be a good mix of everything. It still obviously all fits under that alternative rock umbrella, but at the same time we go into things that are very dancey, very punky, lots of kind of songs that are based very much around the instrumentals and kind of jamming and things like that. But at the same time, even though all of these songs differ slightly in kind of what genre they are, I think that the actual listening experience of going from track to track will be pretty flawless for the people listening to it.
Yeah, no, awesome. And I guess moving forwards with your project, obviously we can expect a project out of you. Do you have any goals for the rest of the year, or moving forwards to next year?
Well, I mean, I would love to tour. that would be fun, but obviously that's a bit limited in the world at the moment. But apart from that, I really just want to start playing more shows, start writing some more material for the second album that we're going to be doing, and actually just recording that at home in the meantime. So yeah.
Just before we do wrap up everything here, man, what do you think, or what New Zealand band do you think you'd enjoy to play with or support?
Oh well. See the funny thing about this is this is a weird situation because I haven't actually announced this yet, and I don't think I'm allowed to now. But in the coming weeks, you'll be able to see that I'm going to be playing alongside two of my favorite New Zealand artists. So make sure to stick around on our social medias to find out who those two bands are. I'm really looking forward to it. Wanted to play with these two bands for quite a long time. So
yeah, primo. And I mean, where can the people find you? How can we get in contact with you? Where do we find you?
So if you go to voodoobloo.com, that will have links to all of our social medias, everywhere that we're kind of active, so you can find out what we're posting and what we're up to from there. Still kind of a work in progress there, but everything should be up to date very shortly. Facebook and Instagram are kind of the main places we upload to. In fact, I'll probably be doing a live stream after this video. So constantly uploading content to there, keeping the fans updated with what's happening. And also check us out on Spotify or your favorite streaming service to listen to our music.
You heard it right there. That's Rory from Voodoo Bloo.
It is. And see you later.